Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a couple of leaked scrims. That's right, leaked scrims for the new Gentlemates roster. Now, I don't usually do a lot of content around speculated rosters and rumored rosters, but in this case, they've literally had their scrims leaked. So yeah, this is as good as public as you're going to get. But this is a new Gentlemates roster that's been talked about on social media. It's not a surprising one either. We're on POV with their speculated new player, Eugen. And let's take a look and see how they're getting on against not just any team, but the team who beat them in both of the events that had them failing to qualify for the Birmingham Majors. This is actually kind of scripted. But yeah, it's Juicy and Seiko, the remaining Gentlemates players, playing with Eugen, who was a standout French player. He's been an up-and-coming French player for a while now, but he's been making steady improvements. And last split, he was incredibly impressive. I think best of the rest when it comes to French players. Obviously, you've got your Zens, Batiras, and all the other top-tier world-class French players already. But Eugen seems to be the guy who's most ready to bridge the gap, and it was talked about as a potential player that Gentlemates to look at before rumors even started coming out about this. So yeah, I'm not surprised to see them scrimming with him. I'm sure he had a lot of interest from lots of different teams. Oh, nice double save there by Seiko. I haven't watched this game before. I have seen the stats, so I do know what's going to happen here, which is why I'm showing it to you guys. But yeah, they're up against Giak, Extra, and Matt. Now, Giak and Matt, two other upcoming French players. Extra, obviously, former world champion French player, still very high level. Giak and Matt played last split with Nico on Ascend. And in Event 2, the regional Event 2, they beat Gentlemates 3-1, eliminating them from the competition, really putting them in a tough position in terms of qualification for Birmingham. And then in the last event of the split, they sent them to the lower bracket in a Game 5. So 2 consecutive events, this Ascend roster containing Matt and Giak beat Gentlemates, the former version of Gentlemates with Seiko, Juicy, and Radosin. Now they've got Eugen. They seem to be at least scrimming pretty well. It doesn't. We don't know what other scrim results they've had. At least no matches other than some matches against these guys have been leaked by mistake. But yeah, they seem to be stomping in this particular matchup, a matchup that they lost in the last 2 times that they actually played in RLCS competition. But oh, nice positioning there by Eugen. Nice shot as well. But yeah, obviously it's just scrims. It's not the be-all and end-all. Scrims are not the most important thing in the world when it comes to ranking teams and trying to predict which team's going to come out on top. But the teams who did actually make Birmingham kind of matched up with what teams were doing well. Actually, the only one that was missing was NIP. All the pros ranked Gentlemates and Dignitas around about the same level. I remember I heard Farah early on in Split 1 predicting that Dignitas would make the major. So, Dignitas being up there wasn't a surprise, and that can only mean that they were scrimming pretty well, because they hadn't played in competition with that particular roster. NIP, another really strong team in Europe. I don't know if they're making a change. I don't think they will, based on how close they were to qualifying. They are definitely right there with your Dignitases, your GKs. But yeah, Carmine Corp seems to be the runaway #1. Vitality, pretty, I think, clear #2 overall. And then you've got Dignitas, GK, NIP, now maybe Gentlemates back in the mix. It's a stacked Split 2 coming up for Europe, and I'm excited if this is the roster Gentlemates decide to run with. Very excited to see Eugen in that mix, because he's a great player. He's been playing very well last split with Start Point alongside Chronic and Mitane. He was, I think, the best player on that team. And yeah, I know this is probably scary for the World of Rocket League. Not another French player who's at this top tier. Yep, it's happening. It will never stop happening as far as I'm guessing. But yeah, Seiko, Juicy, the other 2 players on this roster, been in a bit of a rut recently. Radosin as well, which is why they've decided to make a change, I imagine. But these guys are still very, very good. Juicy's only 1 year removed from an MVP performance at the Copenhagen Major. Now, he wasn't my pick for the MVP, but he wasn't a bad pick for the MVP. He was definitely a good pick. I picked Itachi personally, but Juicy was not a bad pick at all. He was very close. I think the Gentlemates roster all played some exceptional Rocket League, and Seiko as well, very good player. These guys all still definitely have what it takes to not just qualify for majors and international events, but contend with everybody except Carmine Corp. Carmine Corp seem to be in a level of their own. But yeah, contend for second place, certainly. And they're absolutely stomping in this game. It's been just constant offense from these guys, racking up, what's that, 13 shots? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 13 shots to just 7. And here comes another one. Beautiful finish by Eugen. And yeah, they've utterly destroyed Impossible in this matchup, though. It's actually, I believe, the new Ascend roster, if I have to guess. At least maybe one of their rosters you're scrimming with. You never know until rosters are announced if this is real or not, if this is what they're going to go with. Like I said, they only had a couple of scrim blocks leaked, and this is the I think the second of them. The first one they also won pretty handily. But yeah, this game, Eugen POV absolutely dominating, slotting right in alongside Seiko and Juicy, looking like he belongs. Gonna watch one more game as well, and we'll take a look at a Juicy POV. So second game of the video, we're back in Forbidden Temple. Maybe they just decided to scrim the entire time of Forbidden Temple. It is a nice map. Good color scheme, not too harsh on your eyes if you're playing on it for a long time. Yeah, we're on Juicy POV now. Juicy, I think the one player that was the most, maybe not himself last split, but team results can cause that to happen. The whole roster of Gentlemates were looking a bit lost on the pitch. Juicy especially, it's strange to see him. Oh my goodness, what a save by Seiko. Well played not to own goal that one. Juicy especially, he's a guy who can really take over high level lobbies. He was the main offensive force for his team, well, at least on the ball, in the Copenhagen Major that they won last year. Although I think Itachi was the mastermind, the puppet master pulling all the strings. So I'm excited to see Juicy with his confidence back, because he can be a really fun player to watch, very mechanical, very aggressive. And that's a good takeoff for 1-0. Just avoided the bump and slots it top bins. I like the return of the Octane in the meta these days. I think the Octane suits Juicy really well. I think that kind of chaos that the Octane can bring will suit him. We'll see if that does end up being the case. But yeah, the Fennec more of a solid car. Good save at the near post by Eugen, the newest player on this Gentlemates team, if they decide to actually pick him up. I hope they do. I'm liking the look of this roster, even though it's just scrims. Like what they're doing, I like the way they're playing. Obviously, we need to see them play against other top tier teams, but this Ascend team made top 8s a couple times last split. They had good results against many a roster, and that's a great shot by Seiko as they make it 2-0. So these are solid opposition. Matt and Giek, two other upcoming French players, extra, still absolutely a player that can play at the top level. All these guys, I mean, Extra's team last split as well, they were pretty solid. In fact, if I remember correctly, sorry, I didn't mean to pause that, I meant to tab out. If I remember correctly, they did they beat Gentlemates as well? No, it was Synergy who beat them. Okay, never mind. It wasn't Save the Game Extra's team from last split. It was actually Synergy, that was the AJG roster who took them down. Yeah, Save the Game. They had some decent runs. The roster that Extra was playing in last split, they missed out on a top 8 by 1 game one time. So definitely solid to this day. Well, wait, what just happened? I was not looking. Was this a good goal? I want to. Okay, it just looks like a mind game by Seiko. Well done though with the fake. Just wanted to take a look at what happened there, because I was tapped out looking at some Wikipedia results. Yeah, halfway through the game here, Eugen and Juicy and Seiko once again are fully in control. If you want to see the full list of scores that they had, you can see that on ballchasing.com, assuming that they don't get taken down. But I managed to download them before that happened. And there you go, 4-0. I mean, they're linking up really well, playing off of each other's touches. Every single time, there's half a chance coming through. Back corner kickoff by Juicy. Eugen looking to catch the pre-jumping Seiko with the return pass. Good cover there by Juicy, just in case Eugen missed his skim that he was going for. Especially at 4-0, no reason to fully commit to the aggressive option when something like that is happening. Looks like there's a lot of confidence being placed in Eugen on the pitch, and that's Eugen, the new player. It's good to see that because Juicy is being extremely aggressive. Oh, he's got the read for 5-0. And what are Seiko and Eugen actually doing right now? Oh my days, they're fighting for the boost. They're fighting for the respawning under boost while Juicy is scoring. That's that's absolutely hilarious. Juicy doesn't need teammates. He's just going to go 1v3. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this roster can qualify to the Rally Major? Do you think this roster can make a run at LAN? I think it's definitely possible. Eugen was phenomenal last split. Now putting him alongside two players who are absolutely still at a very high level. He's been lacking a bit of confidence recently. I think this team could do extremely well. And although KC look pretty unbeatable, I don't think this team's beating KC. I don't think anybody's beating KC until KC decides to fall off a little bit. Maybe they will, like they did last season. Yeah, nobody's beating KC as far as I can see it right now. Everybody else, though, yeah, I could see good matches. Expecting Vitality to level up. Monkeyman usually does play his best Rocket League in the second split. Well, at least towards the end when it gets to Worlds. He's first, second, and first in Worlds the last 3 seasons. But Dignitas look beatable, GK look beatable, NIP, very good team, but they're definitely beatable as well. It's possible. Gentlemates could make a run to second, third, maybe, and then do well at Rally and qualify for Worlds. You do get more points in the second split, so that's something they're going to be looking out for. Yeah, this game's over. As we're really getting towards the end of this game, quick question for you guys. I've got there's a lot of topics to talk about with the conclusion of the Birmingham Major. Would you guys like me to do breakdowns? I've been thinking about doing some breakdowns on certain teams and talking about things I think they could improve on. Pretty much every team but KC looks like they've got something they can improve on. Is that the kind of content you guys want to see post Birmingham Major? It's some of the content I've been thinking about making. Maybe make some content about Falcons, NRG, Ultimates, well, whatever team looked like they might be in the battle for second. There was about 5 or 6 teams in the battle for second, it seemed. But they're all way off KC, so I'm thinking of making content around what looks to be the difference between them and KC. If that sounds interesting, leave me a message in the comments. Final reminder, well, the only reminder I think of this video, is check out thenextrank.com. Links in description, nextrank.com for the full course, nextrank.com/free for the free course made by myself and apparently Jack. We've had nearly 500 members so far, which is insane, so thank you to all who've bought the course, and everybody seems to be enjoying it. We've had great feedback so far. And join the Discord if you want to check out testimonials, if you want to check out if you want to meet the people who bought the course and talk to them, see what they think about it, and just meet other people who want to get better at Rocket League with the help of Jack and myself. But there you have it. There's the Gentlemates, new look Gentlemates roster. They look pretty scary. Juicy and Seiko still very, very good players. Eugen, he's going to be highly motivated, very mechanical. Also very just solid player all around. I think this is a scary looking team, and this just makes EU even more stacked next split if they do decide to run it. But yeah, sorry to Gentlemates, wasn't me that leaked the replays. Don't think it really matters too much, to be honest. I mean, the Gentlemates audience is so big that every single Rocket League content creator could talk about this, and it still probably wouldn't hit the way it wouldn't hit the Gentlemates audience, who are just 99 times bigger, 100 times bigger. But yeah, looking forward to it. I hope they decide to go with it. They're dominating in scrims, at least in these scrims, as far as we can see. But thank you all for watching this far. If you made it to the end of this video, like I said, let me know in the comments if you like the sound of that post Birmingham Major content I'm talking about. And yeah, check out Chalkcast in the links in the description. Nextrank.com, links in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.